chair.
All right, welcome to the Outside Man Layman's Guide to Rugby League.
Yep, second run.
Second run. We had a bit of weather. If you're in Caloundra, you'd know about that. This is armchair expert advice, all things rugby league. We've had a lot go on. Someone bit a nose, someone signed somewhere, someone pretended to sign something. Jason beat Cowan in Supercoach, and lots more happened throughout the week. So we'll get stuck in, but before we do that, how about you hit a like, hit a subscribe, get on board. That way, when we produce, you'll find out about it, and they can share with their friends.
Yep, we've had 2 more subscribers this week.
Yeah, two newies.
So someone has friends. Hello, welcome.
Welcome.
You might have friends, and it'd be good for them.
And they might enjoy the show. They might not, but you won't know unless you share it.
You won't know
Get them to watch it.
who your real friends
and
are.
it doesn't hurt you to subscribe.
It's free.
And it boosts our ego. And I don't know, I don't need that.
No,
Ego boosting.
Anyway.
Pretty cool. But anyway, how's your weekend?
Good.
No
It was
points over here.
disappointing.
Yeah.
You went all right.
Yeah, we got the bye, so
I was
2
disappointed
points.
with the opposition. But, it was a
We'll
good
talk
win.
about that in a minute. Anyway.
Also, shout out to Under 11 Grey. Big gala day on Sunday. They killed it.
Yep. Shout out to under 10 Black.
Ooh.
How they go?
Yeah, we won 3 out of 4 games. So
Excellent.
There you go. So,
yeah,
There you go.
Calandra's better than
Beautiful.
Kawana.
The next generation of superstars. Rivalries.
right. So, yeah.
Well, that's it.
I guess we get into it.
Yeah.
How
do
good
it.
was the footy? First game, Jen.
Who was the first game?
First game.
Storm versus South, 28-16. Look, I think this was just expected, really.
Yep.
I mean, like they're missing Latrell. But Latrell could be out for a little bit longer now, so...
Yeah.
How good
Yeah.
in an 80,000 seater stadium, they filled it with 8,000.
Why do you play on a Thursday night? Like, seriously, like, someone's smoking drongos, like... I don't get it.
I don't know what a drongo is, but
Well, I get the
maybe have a
sentiment.
chat.
I know what
to,
you say. You're passionate about it, Jen, and all like that.
I agree. Why can't South and Roosters find a small home ground? A real home ground?
Especially on a Thursday night.
Especially on
good
Thursday.
point, Jen.
Yeah.
It's not
Like,
Brisbane.
it's a work day the next day. People have got to do stuff.
Surely Melbourne
You gotta work.
and Rabbitohs would have pulled a bigger crowd. Like, there's more.
Who's going to watch that Rabbitohs team? That's what we expected. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Interesting to see where Wishart's being used.
Oh, he's still...
So he's in that lock role and doing really well.
I thought 28-16, it was 22-4 at half time. I thought Melbourne
Would
didn't
run away with
capitalise.
it. Yeah, they didn't capitalise.
And, like, for a rudderless Rabbitohs, like, Cody Walker's there, I suppose, but, like, they... put 16 points on the Storm. Should we? I mean, the real test will be this week against Penrith, but should we be concerned about Melbourne? I mean, they've been first all season.
They have been doing that all season too. They have been, getting scores put on them.
That is true.
But they've still been
been
managing to win.
Yeah.
I think they can pile on the points if they need to, but Bellamy wasn't happy.
No.
You think that they're just kind of playing in second or third gear?
Well, I think when you're up at half time and it's that easy, it's hard to come out again.
That's what happened to the
And
Power.
luckily it was the Rabbitohs and not someone else, because they could have.
Yeah.
13 errors by both teams.
13
It's
errors.
pretty poor from Melbourne.
5 and 6.
See, the difference is, like, when they play Penrith, those errors will turn into Penrith points.
Well,
Because
I think they play better. And if they do play better due to the opposition, that's probably... But, sorry, I'll go back. 2021, they would have put 50 points on this side.
Yeah.
So, 2021, they still had Pappenhausen, Jerome Hughes, and Munster. The only one who didn't play in that team was Harry Grant, who was playing for the Tigers at the time. That team was putting 50 on everyone.
Yeah.
So they should have. That's a good side.
Yeah, that's true. I think the result went the way we thought it was going to. I just thought Melbourne were going to be a little bit more dominant. Rabbitohs really don't have anything to play for. I mean, there should be a bunch of players trying to play for position because Wayne Bennett's coming next year, and you want to be proving that Wayne, is going to want to select you. But apart from that, nothing else really to talk about. There's no controversy in this game, was there?
No, not really. It's pretty
run of the mill
game.
Controversy in this game though. Friday night, 6 o'clock. 13,000 at Seabus to watch the Titans get destroyed by the Sharks. I think the Titans came into this one. They were the favourites. They probably thought that we've put it over the Sharks earlier a couple of weeks ago. I reckon we'll get them. Missing a few key players. Sharks just came to play. The Sharks were really aggressive, up in their face. Their defence was excellent. Their attack was excellent.
They didn't fight. The Sharks got them on their back every tackle. There was no
We got
fight.
no meters. All credit to the Sharks. They were absolutely phenomenal. Titans just didn't show up. Even Kinney was like, he was still the best player on the field, but even he was getting shut down. Like he wasn't able to do his big runs.
AJ Brimson isn't right either.
No, he's probably still
the start of the year when he was playing centre, he was electric. Do you know who was really bad? And I haven't seen a lot of Titans games because they play generally Sunday afternoon. Jolliffe.
Oh yeah.
There was one time he missed Ramian 4 times.
He has
one
been
tackle.
out this year too.
His defence was terrible.
Yeah. So he's been out injured for a while.
I think another way to sum up the game is looking at stats. The average set distance, the Sharks were making 44 metres and the Titans were making 34 metres. It says to me that the line speed of the Sharks and their initial
just
hit
getting the meters
was, I think, and the Sharks' defence hasn't been the best probably the last month or two, but I think they really owned up, really lined up this week.
Yep. Yeah. The Sharks just came to play and they came to win, and it was full. They were full of aggression and attack, and they looked really good.
And I've got to put a big shout out to the young fella Atkinson, our only half playing again on the weekend. He has got a great kick. Really. Yeah. I think Nico needs to go to fullback. I think we need to keep him. He's in the halves.
Where are you going to put Kennedy?
I don't care.
12 penalty count was 12-5.
All the
Sharks 12-5 to the Titans. Sharks conceded 12 penalties. So that's
on top of that, Titans' attack was pedestrian.
Yeah. It was very
They had
bad.
so many sets. It was so
bit of complacency there. Nothing else really to talk about in the stats. Sam Verrills made almost 60 tackles, which is a great effort. But are you concerned about the Titans, Matt?
Oh no, we'll still win it this year. Yeah. We'll still get into the top 8.
I don't think it's a reality check. But I don't think it's where the Titans are at. It's a bit like when the Sharks played the Panthers. It was a reality check.
Well, we won 3 in a row, and then we had a really bad game, and then Desi's fired them up. Then we won 2 in a row, and then they've snuck. So
and
I
that
think
Broncos side they beat wasn't playing well.
No.
So they might have thought, we're done well.
They weren't terrible, but
they lost Haas, they lost Man.
Yeah.
But
it was a very different side to last week.
Comeback of the year.
Comeback of the year.
Yep.
Controversially.
Yes, 36-34.
Yeah.
Panthers versus the Eels.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we should say that.
Yep.
Eels versus Panthers at CommBank. What do we have? 18,852 in attendance at the game.
Why was
the team coming second last.
Why was it controversial, Jim?
Well, there was an obstruction that happened.
He ran at the inside
Liam
shoulder.
Martin.
He ran at the inside shoulder, and if you look at Liam Martin, whoever the defender was, he knocks him over, but he runs inside shoulder, and the defending player commits.
Yeah, that's what the NRL said today.
And I missed it because I was at a concert, but was there a forward pass as well?
Yeah, there was a forward pass.
There's a forward pass just about every game.
Yeah, but this one led to a try, and that would have been the difference.
Yeah.
And Penrith always seemed to get the rub of the green with forward passes, holding down in tackles. They're absolutely king at it.
Yeah.
I don't disagree that they're getting all the calls, but I think there's been so many forward passes in every game.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know.
I've always thought what a touch judge is there for.
Obviously not calling forward passes.
But I don't.
What was the ruck speed on that game? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
3.4
standard.
and 3.5, respectively. Eels, Penrith. So
Yeah, but Eels shouldn't have let Panthers come back.
No.
So-
They switched off. They did a Broncos in the grand
So
final.
does that
Yeah.
say that Penrith played the ball was slower?
yes,
So they,
marginally?
yeah.
0.1%.
Yeah.
So Eels actually got the run
Yeah.
of that.
Eels
They
looked
were
really
holding
good,
them
but they
down.
just turned off.
Yeah.
They just stopped. They got out in front, and then Panthers just went bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. See that the thing
Back
that
in
actually
front.
At half time, Panthers looked in control. I think it was
Yeah.
that little bit after half time that.
yeah.
What was the halftime score? I thought the Eels
I don't
were in
remember.
It
front.
was 16-14.
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Oh, so it was
Yeah.
pretty even at halftime.
Just one quick thing though, it really annoys me like Trent Barrett comes out and said that that one decision cost us the game. Why don't you put a bit of responsibility in your own players for letting that?
They also missed the penalty goal.
Yeah, missed the
Why?
penalty goal like King Gutho.
Clutch
And-
Gutho.
Yeah, I mean he had a really good game.
Oh,
up
that
until-
was. He should have nailed that.
That
one.
was devastating because we all believe he's a
Yeah, but
great player,
Yeah,
great
yeah.
effort player.
exact same spot against the Tigers. He missed the exact same kick to
Yeah.
win the game.
Hey, did you see what happened? It was just because he was stressed out.
Mm.
He
Yeah.
Yeah, he shanked it completely.
When you go to hit
Yeah.
the ball and your legs like you're really trying to smash it,
Yep.
and then you shank it that way.
Yeah.
But when you relax, you just kick it through. He just fell to those nerves.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know he could.
So yeah, it would have been a very big upset had the Eels won, but yeah, Panthers proving why they're the best
So-
team in the comp, even though they're second.
Yeah.
Toto's try was
What-
amazing.
Why do Para push Penrith all the time?
I think because they give it to the front rowers.
Because
I think there's.
why aren't other teams learning from the Eels and going?
Oh, it's one thing to learn and one thing to be able to do.
It's probably circumstance
It's
too.
a bit like Broncos Cowboys too. It's the derby out there,
That was
derby.
rivalry.
Yeah.
Derby.
Derby.
It's a
Derby.
rivalry out there. Those two teams. Yeah.
Yep. Raiders, Manly.
Raiders were disappointing.
I didn't actually watch this game. I didn't get to watch it.
I watched bits of
but
it. Yeah, I
Manly
watched bits of it,
46,
yeah.
Raiders 24. I tipped Manly for this one.
Yeah, I tipped Raiders.
I just thought with everything the Raiders have to play for, I just thought they would show up a little bit more. They scored two late tries at 70 and 72nd minutes, so really it should have been 46.
And they were leading
12.
early in this game, but yeah.
So it should have been a lot more comprehensive than the last few, because Manly took the foot off the pedal. I don't know what to make of the Raiders, because I thought for sure, and I think I said this last week in the podcast, I thought for sure they went close against the Dogs, and I thought for sure Ricky would have them up and going, hey, this is our finals on the line here.
This is a good team.
The Raiders.
They're a good team.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, we're missing our halfback now. Or, hey,
Fogarty's back.
they got Fogarty, they got Rapana, they got.
And it was Papali's
Papali'i.
300th game.
It is a
Was it
good
Man? It
team.
was Cherry Evans' 300th
Tapine.
game as well.
Oh, I'm not sure.
But G Brooks adds a lot to this team.
He's looking good.
Down on that left, he was playing
He is
well.
looking good, Luke Brooks.
What an addition.
Yeah.
Stats pretty similar throughout. The Raiders' completion rate, 88%, so it's not like their attitude was off. But what do you
Fast
say?
play the ball.
Fast play the ball, 3.2
Must be,
seconds.
what was the missed tackles though? Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
let's go
the
to
thing.
defence. So missed tackles,
Oh,
35
Yeah.
to 29.
Even 29 is quite high.
But ineffective tackles, whatever that means, whatever an ineffective tackle means, 15 to 5 to the Sea Eagles. Errors 7 and 7. You just Manly were
Yeah.
hungrier, weren't they?
Yeah, they
So,
were.
Bit more
There you go.
polished.
Manly are humming, as someone
Humming.
said. They are humming at the moment. Manly's a team you don't want to verse in the finals, I reckon.
Yeah.
If they can put it all. How about Luke Brooks, eh? Going to play finals for the first time. Well, I shouldn't say that, but
Don't jinx him.
him.
Don't jinx him.
and it looks like Luke Brooks is going to play finals for the first time.
That
in
is
his-
just crazy.
Yeah.
He's too good of a player.
All right, game of the round.
Let down of the round.
Cowboys
yeah.
versus Broncos
Oh,
up at
I
CommBank.
took all of your advice. And I tipped the
Queensland Country Bank
Cowboys.
Stadium.
24,000.
That's big-
capacity.
Is that full?
Yeah,
There
so
you go.
I think the full capacity is 25,000. Sometimes when you hear that the stadium is sold out, That some members don't turn up, and that's why it still looks empty. But that stadium was raging. They had all the old boys there. It was honouring Carl Webb, and the Cowboys did what they have been doing for this season and all of last season. Is we get out to a lead, and it was 18-6 at one stage there, and then they aren't respecting the opposition. They're not respecting the footy.
Yeah.
It should have been 24-6. We had a forward pass called against us that I've seen let go many times. Drinky was under the post. It was not even close to as bad as the Panthers one. In my opinion, still forward, but it wasn't even as close to the Panthers one. Would have been 24-6, might have changed the result. In saying that, Cowboys just... This is why I've got a feeling that we won't even make finals now, because we did this last year, towards the end of the year, and we're doing it again this year, is we're just taking our foot off the gas and not respecting the opposition and start throwing the ball around, and the egos are too big. If you look what happened during Origin, Toddy brought in a bunch of youngsters and we grinded out wins against Penrith and the Roosters, and it was because that team had a point to prove. Right now, this Cowboys team, they don't have a point to prove.
That's why you need to put more petrol in the car.
Well, run out of gas. It's really frustrating as a Cowboys fan.
Broncos were good though.
Broncos
they played well. Tony Staggs was good again.
Broncos, their grit in that game. They held on, and the frustrating thing for Broncos fans, my wife is one of them, is where is that grit been?
They can still make it though. They're still.
Well, they got to win every game and the
hope on results.
Now, just quickly, can we talk about Valentine Holmes?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, what's your thoughts on him? Like,
I think he's thinking about next
what's
year.
What's going on?
So, as I said, those young guys. If Todd Payton's been given Val the benefit of the doubt all year. He's been continually backing him by picking him, hoping that that's going to change his form. It's not working. He has to drop him now. Like
when he moved him to the wing, though, he actually played quite well.
There's a couple of players. Val needs a stint away, and I think Chad hasn't been our worst, but he missed 5 crucial tackles on the weekend. And those two players, Chad's not going to be there next year. There's a chance Val may not be there next year. Todd, now's your time.
Get the young boys in.
This is it. Our season could be, if he doesn't make changes now, I think our season's in real trouble. At the end of the day, the Cowboys have been a far better team than the Bronx this year, and to let the Broncos put 42 points on us, and 30 last week from the Tigers, it's just.
Well, that's the thing we spoke about last week. Shane Flanagan went out and told Sloan, "You dropped.
Good coaching.
Go to reserve grade. Fix this." And he brought him back the next week. And didn't work this week, but he's got to have that. He's got to have that honest discussion
because he's on $1 million a season.
We can't really work out what's going wrong there.
$1 million a season.
Wow. So just quick question though: do you still back Todd Payton to be a coach in the next 4 or 5 years coming?
I think he's a great coach.
Okay.
I just think he needs someone senior next to him helping him.
On that note, so the Eels have brought in as the assistant coach Nathan Brown. And I was thinking about what you said about Payton. I was thinking, what a great appointment.
Would have been awesome.
He's done a really smart thing there. Got a really a previous head coach in there, someone to sound off. He's going to take all the responsibility, but he can go and talk that through with someone who's obviously copped it all and been let go. So I thought that's amazing.
Someone like a Matthew Elliott or like an Anthony Griffin or someone that could just come in and go, "Hey, I've been here. I've been in your position. Let me help you." Kind of.
So, someone recent that's probably not going to go for a head coaching role in a few years that needs a break.
Overall, good to see the Bronx. I do have a soft spot for the Bronx as Chloe supports them. Sorry, Jed. I
have a soft spot for Tony Staggs.
But he's been their best. He's been so good. But probably maybe too little too late for them, but we'll see. Hopefully they can go on a bit of a run now.
So the next game was the Dragons versus the Bulldogs. Another rivalry game. Still a good crowd, 18,000, over 18,000. Bulldogs.
They were outstanding.
Great. I thought they played really well.
Bronson's Cherry, he had an outstanding.
He had a great game. He got that double. Burton's kicking was great.
Kurt Mann was really good.
Up
the middle, just running hard. Couple little slick passes. He was He was really, really good.
Yeah.
So just quickly, do we reckon now that the Dogs are at the stage where they can compete against Melbourne or Penrith?
No.
Not yet. I think they deserve to be 100% where they are on the table, but I don't know.
I think defensively, yes, but I think attack, still no.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think that they could. I think defensively they could give Penrith a run for their money, but I don't see them scoring points against Penrith.
Okay, yeah. Just a thought, yeah.
They're the second best defensive team in the comp.
Well, defence wins games too.
Yeah, I still think those top 4 teams put points on them, though.
You think? Sharks
If
as
I'm
well.
trying to remember, the Sharks put 30 on them.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I can't remember the Penrith game.
Bulldogs beat the
They're
Roosters.
maturing like a fine cheese.
But I think they're coming
Bulldogs
good.
cheese.
I don't think they have another level.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think when the other teams, like Penrith, the last 15 minutes, where they kicked it in and went on,
Yeah.
I don't think
That was a great try too, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think they have that. They do have it in Crichton, but I just don't know if they have it as a team.
Yeah.
Like Toto raised, Leota goes to another level, Liam Martin gets
Yeah.
worth obstruction. They've got all their team steps up. Melbourne is the same, right? They'll step up. I just don't know if this Burton run Bulldogs.
And
have
the other
that
thing
in
that I
them
want
yet.
to talk about is the Stephen Crichton and Kyle Flanagan incident.
Yeah.
Like he was biting him. Like who was it? Like Crichton? Was it Crichton that was on the ground with Flanagan?
Flanagan was
On the ground.
Flanagan was, and Crichton was in
Crichton
his face.
jumped on
Yeah.
top of him,
Yeah.
shoved his nose in his mouth.
Yeah. And then Flanagan has retaliated and like bit him as such.
But what would you do
Well,
if your head was
yeah,
in
I
the
know,
ground and
I know.
someone's nose was in it?
See, the thing is, like,
He
if you,
didn't bite.
He didn't bite.
He clenched a little bit and actually scraped on the way out.
Yeah.
But he's put his. It's not like he went like that.
No.
He
Yeah,
shoved
no.
it in his mouth.
Yeah.
It could have just been a reflex too when someone, it's like I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
maybe not.
But
Yeah.
Crichton's known for this. I think Crichton's a great player as a player.
But he can be a grub.
He can be quite grubby. I think sometimes you need a player that can do that.
Too much of an ego.
But I think it was all fair game. If you're going to do that, you're going
Yeah.
to cop it.
I will say about the Dogs, like, so I was thinking about their experience come finals time, but they've got Crichton, they've got Addo-Carr, they've got Burton, and they've got Kickout, all who have won comps. So they do have finals experience in their team.
Yes.
But not a fullback and halfback.
Good point. Does Reid
And-
Marnie? Oh, Reid Marnie was in the Eels.
So I think it
Grand
was
final.
dominated.
So
well,
they do have.
Josh Curran would have been in the finals last year with the Warriors.
Oh, Warriors.
Yeah.
They have some, but they don't have winning.
Connor Tracy's been there
Yeah.
for the Sharks, wasn't he?
We got knocked out straight sets.
But he's still
I
been
must
there.
say, Josh Curran's hair is magnificent. I love it.
If you're listening,
So yeah,
We love
it
it.
was a good game. I think the Dogs might show.
The better team.
It
won,
might
mate.
embarrass a few teams coming into the.
And maybe we hyped up the Dragons too much.
No, Dragons played well.
Yeah.
Dogs were just better.
They're continuing their win, loss, win, loss, win.
I
loss,
think
win.
the Dragons are good, but they're not where the Dogs are.
Mm.
I think there's top two, there's top four, top six, and then the bottom two. I think there's a separate in every spot.
Yeah, there's
I
tiers.
think
Yeah.
there's a tier there.
Yep. All right.
Let down of the round.
This was a good game.
Dolphins.
Yeah. I
Warriors,
felt- I must admit, I did
the
follow tough.
Dolphins.
Dolphins 34, Warriors 32. Magic 2-point field goal in Gold Point time.
What a
Golden
kick!
Point.
What was
Hit
Sexton?
first
Sullivan.
one.
Yeah.
First
Sullivan.
one.
Sean O'Sullivan.
I mean, it was Cleary-esque.
Wayne
He
Bennett was.
definitely learned that
Even
at
Wayne
Penrith,
Bennett
eh?
was surprised.
He learned that at Penrith.
Yeah.
He overruled Asako.
Yep.
Man, Asako can kick though, eh?
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
a boot
He
on him.
kicked one from 50 and, geez, amazing.
Distance.
It's unfortunate, but the Warriors need to find another goal kicker.
Yes.
He's okay, but he's not.
Well, that's what cost them really.
Yeah.
Because they had more
It was
tries.
6 tries
Yeah.
to 5. Like,
Yeah, Warriors had more tries, but 2 less conversions.
Mm.
is he not putting the time in at practice?
Well, he probably only found out a few weeks ago that he was a kicker. Because he was behind Johnson and Pompey and...
Crazy.
Yeah. Does practice make perfect though?
It makes better.
Yeah, better.
Perfect practice makes perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect practice
Yeah.
makes better.
It does.
So, look, when you...
Ask Chasm.
He even would have went in, well, they thought Johnson was playing a day before, so...
I was watching this on my phone. The last try, Mitch Barnett, apparently it was a penalty try. Not apparently, it was a penalty try. And I thought it was... I was listening to it without commentary, and I could not for the life of me work out why they gave it a penalty try. So I kind of feel like the result was good because I feel like the Dolphins were kind of dudded by the penalty try call. If you didn't see it, he was going for the ball, and they ruled that Cody Nikorima slightly interfered. That's what I'm putting it down to. But I looked at it without commentary. I'm like, why is this a penalty try? So I think that the Dolphins were kind of dudded.
Well, he pushed him.
Did he push him?
Yeah.
To the point where it was a penalty try? Penalty in sin bin? Maybe.
I don't know the rule on penalty try because he drops it anyway.
I think it's absurd.
So I don't fully understand how you can decide.
I remember years ago the penalty tries were like pretty rare.
Yeah.
Right?
rare.
It was pretty hard to get a penalty try and even harder to get like an 8-point try. But these days it seems like penalty try,
he got there, he had the ball and he was in goal.
Yeah.
So if it's a penalty and he's dropped the
active
ball,
scoring or
maybe it
whatever.
is a penalty try.
But he still got there and he still dropped it. I just, anyway.
But if it's a
Anyway.
penalty,
then
maybe
sin
it
bin.
has to be a penalty
Fins,
try.
But then what's the difference between someone not square at marker jumping out in professional foul? If that guy is not days square at marker and the guy scores, why is that a professional foul in a sin bin? And why is that one? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, Joe.
I don't know.
So good job, Dolphins, keeping you in the top 8.
Keeping your fins up. I thought you were going to say.
Keeping your fins up.
That would have been perfect.
Did anyone watch this game? I did.
I did.
Yeah.
I watched a bit of it. Yeah,
Knights
it was
versus
good.
Tigers.
I watched this because it was killing me.
Yeah,
34,
Adam Dewey
18.
was great. I thought again. He scored a really good try. Fletcher Sharp with a hat trick.
There was
He
one.
was. The tries that the Tigers let in were really soft.
Yeah.
So it was.
But there was
good
one.
job.
There was one superb try from Sharp.
Oh, the one that Ponga dropped.
kicks it.
Yes,
drops,
that was a
gets
great-
the boot on
Kick,
it.
like,
Then he
curved
kicks it on the
in.
side and gets
He's
in.
a star.
That was an excellent try.
I enjoyed
Excellent
watching
try.
Fletcher Sharp. Great that he got a spot on the wing. Because Ponga's back.
He played really well.
With him.
He played really well.
So that was good to see.
He got 4 actually. Sorry, my
4.
bad.
Yeah, in
I
the end
forgot
he got
that
one
last
right.
one.
Good crowd too, McDonald
Yeah.
Jones. That's why the Knights play well.
Yeah.
But I don't see the Knights won't make the finals, unfortunately for them.
I don't think West Tigers are going to get off the bottom either.
They're in Bali already.
And then the 60-minute mark is when it kind of stopped.
Yeah,
Yep.
just the game dried up and it got boring.
Aiden Caesar came off, iced his knee up.
Slight knee issue.
So a bit of a knee niggle.
I don't think it's going to help the Tigers
Anyway.
We're really going to miss watching him.
But possession was 26 minutes and 10 seconds
much
to 26 minutes and 14 seconds. The Tigers' completion rate, 92%.
Really good.
Really good.
It's just their
Really
defence.
good. It's just that
their defence
they
was
leaked so
terrible.
many points. And if we go down to the defence, I haven't had a look at this, but 32 missed tackles,
Like
14
that is-
ineffective tackles,
32 missed tackles is pretty awful.
8 errors, which is more for the Knights. Actually, they had 9.
It's hard to read some of this stuff because a missed tackle like on a fullback when they catch the ball is very different to a missed tackle when they're coming over your try
Running
line.
through, yeah.
And I dare say the missed tackles from the Tigers were notable because they led to line breaks
Good point.
Yeah.
or tries. They weren't just the fullback got around someone.
All right.
Definitely Bali.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back with the NRLW scores and we'll get onto the ladder.
All right, now onto the ladder.
Woo.
So on first place, it's still the Storm on 38 points, closely followed by Penrith on 36. So for the minor premiership,
Close.
that will be heating up. And then the Roosters had a magnificent win against the Bye. So we're on 32 points, followed by the Sharks. and then the Doggies, Sea Eagles, Cowboys, and Dolphins follow out the top 8.
Yes, the Cows.
And then on 26 points, we've got the Dragons, followed by Newcastle and the Raiders, both on 24, followed by the Broncos, Titans, and Warriors. And then in 15th place, we got the Rabbits, Eels, and still in last are the Tigers.
Oh, the
Don't.
Tigers.
So there's still that battle for,
When you
6, 7, 8.
when you look at the Dragons 9-26, Knights 24, Raiders 24, it's really hard for the Broncos to get into 8.
Yeah.
Well, their
But-
points differential is a lot better.
But
Like-
they've got to beat all those teams and then someone coming 8.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I did a bit of a ladder predictor the other day, and the Bronx made it into the top 8 with still 2 rounds left to spare. Based on the results, I was trying to get the Broncos into the top 8,
Okay,
and
so the
they,
best
were,
they
they were
can,
in there.
yeah, so
There's-
they can make it.
Certainly,
technically.
certainly can make it.
So what's their run home looking like?
The Broncos.
Yeah.
I think they've got. Who have they got this week coming? Are we going to do our tips now?
They got
or-
the bye this weekend.
No, they've had the bye.
No, they've
Oh,
got
no,
this
sorry,
week.
the bye
Broncos
this
had the
weekend.
bye this week.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember who their last 2
Yeah.
games are.
Yeah, but did they have an easy run home?
I think they do. They play
So-
3 games at Suncorp.
Predictable.
So, an easy run is actually playing the top teams who are going to rest players, not the bottom teams who
Yeah.
want a position next year, I think, this coming time.
So they've got the bye this week. Then they've got the Eels at home. Then they've got the Dolphins
At home.
but it's an away game. And then around 27 they finish off with Melbourne.
So they're
So
probably resting a lot of players.
possibly,
Potentially, yeah.
depending on minor premiership.
So the Dolphins will be a tough game because they'll want to be staying in this 8. And
Yeah.
But that last round, depending on what happens with the weekend, this weekend with Storm and Penrith, that last weekend could decide the minor premiership as well.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Definitely, yep.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Interesting.
and I think you do want to get that minor premiership.
Yep. All right, we'll run through NRLW scores for the weekend.
yeah, the girls.
So my Chookies beat the Tigers 20-4, and then the
Up, Cronulla.
The Sharks
the
came
girls
back-
in the blood. Yeah.
they came back from 12-0.
24 unanswered points in the
24
second half.
Wow.
Put it
Yeah.
on, take that.
24-12. Eels smashed the Cowboys 20-6.
We did.
The Ponies smashed the Titans 44-4. So
Hard
it wasn't a
week for
good
Titans.
weekend for to be a
Don't know
Titan.
what happened there. Don't
And
know.
then
No
the Knights got defeated by the Dragons 18-10. So
Right. So the ladder as it sits for the NRLW.
Up,
Have you got that
Cronulla.
there?
I will.
I can tell you Cronulla in first place.
Yep.
yeah, so
There we
Cronulla in first place on 6 points, and then followed by the Roosters, Eels, Knights, and Titans, all on 4 points, followed by the Broncos and Raiders and Dragons and Cowboys,
Come
all
on.
on 2 points,
We can do this.
and the Tigers are in last.
Yep.
So is that
That's
culture
alright.
then?
Standard Tigers.
I think that's just
Both
unlucky.
Tigers teams are losing?
Yeah.
Well, both Titan teams got whomped as well.
Is that culture?
Can't blame the
Yeah.
front office anymore because they're gone. But it
That
does,
don't
know.
exist.
it does take time to recover from the front
No,
office.
it's only the start of the season. They've only had 2 games, or 3 games.
Takes time
3
to
games.
recover from Bennett too.
Yeah. All
Alright.
right. Well, let's go through this week's
NRL draw.
NRL draw.
While we're getting that up, a couple of key signings this week
Ewan Aiken signs with...
from Jed, apparently.
yes.
Apparently this ain't my news. What's happening, Jed?
Ewan Aiken signed with South Sydney. So
Ooh.
Wayne's double dipping.
Double dipping.
Should be illegal.
And then Blaze
Yeah,
Talangi.
going to the Panthers. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I know.
Just go there. Only pay me $1.
Do you think they're at the end of their winning streaks though?
No.
Where
Not
they're
with
going to
him.
be dominant for
Yeah.
Penrith?
Nathan Cleary's still
just
there.
keep being
Well, they got
dominant.
him and they got
Yeah.
McLean coming up. They got
Toto's still there.
they got some players.
Leota.
So that's good.
We could be,
Who else?
Yeah.
we could be in the
John
midst
Edwards.
of the greatest
We are.
team
Yeah.
in history, NRL history.
Yeah, I did hear someone say if they played back in the 60s, they would have won 10 in a row, like the Dragons did.
I'm thinking that they could probably win.
They could have stayed together.
Yeah.
They could have got.
There was no salary cap back then.
No.
That's why.
Yeah, but they're still Penrith is still winning, and the guys are coming and going.
I'm saying it's hard to compare eras because there was no salary cap. Back then. But they are. Yeah, if you talk about consistency, you can't knock the Melbourne Storm. They have not finished lower than 6th since 2003.
Yeah, except for the salary cap. But yeah.
Except for the salary cap. But that wasn't.
You still got to do it.
Yeah.
You still got to do it.
But still got to cheat.
So you can't. You can't.
They still had a great team.
Yes, they did. Yes.
So in terms of greatest teams ever, like you've still got to look at Melbourne and go. So. But what Penrith is doing...
Melbourne's consistent.
But this
the last
dynasty,
20 years.
Like 3 in a row. Who was the last team that did Parramatta in the 80s?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
83 to 86, I think.
Yeah.
And then I just got to say the Dolphins post-Bennett is going to be an interesting one too.
Every team
quite a few players are leaving there next year. Pangai Jr.'s going to Super League.
Yeah.
Aiken's gone.
Were the Bromwich brothers retiring?
Maybe.
I think one's retiring and then one will go one more year.
Yeah.
And who was the other player leaving? But so a bit of a history there. I don't know.
Every team Wayne Bennett leaves does poorly for the next few years after.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Which is worrying for the Dolphins being their second year.
Interesting.
Just a little.
But the fact that they'll probably most likely play finals in their second year is a remarkable achievement.
Well, maybe.
No one has said
Yeah.
Wayne Bennett's coaching is remarkable. His succession plan leaves a lot to be desired.
But in fairness, Christian Wolf, who's taking over next
He's
year,
a great coach.
and he has been in the box with Wayne all year this year.
Yeah.
So whereas in other teams that hasn't happened, Wayne's come in, Wayne's gone out, and the new coach has come in. So Christian's been there the whole year. So he's had this year to build his rapport with these players. And also...
He has had success too.
Yeah.
So it's not like Dimitri, who hasn't.
Yeah, he won a Super League championship.
So I think he'd drop a player if he needs to. Anyway.
All right, well, that's that.
Round 24.
Big game. Thursday night.
What a cracker.
Do not miss it. Panthers v Storm.
Are we expecting a high-scoring game or a low-scoring game?
I think low-scoring.
I think defence will be on. You'd hope so.
I reckon it'd be like 20 to 16 or something like that is what I'm thinking.
How do you reckon
I reckon like 10-8, something.
How do you reckon the refs are going to decide who gets the penalties? Because they both always win 50-50.
Home ground advantage.
Subtle
They get different penalties.
Okay.
Melbourne, it could be the slowest game in existence.
They
could be holding the ball. They could be holding each. It could be like 3 tackles in the first
5
half.
seconds to play the ball.
I think home ground. I think Penrith win. More than that, Cleary's kicking wins in the game over Meany.
Oh, goal kicking.
Kicking. I really and general play, but more goal kicking.
I think Penrith.
And I rate the Penrith halves better than the Storm halves.
You know what's funny? Is that if there's one team that can come out and just put egg on all of our face, it's Melbourne.
Oh yeah.
They'll come out and win now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, but if you look at the whole spine, it's really even.
Yeah.
So I'd say Harry Grant is a better hooker, and I'd say Cameron Munster is a better 5'8". And maybe Pappenhausen is a better. He's definitely a better fullback than Laurie.
Yeah.
But Cleary's a better halfback. No, I think he's around 26.
But then
I
also think Jerome Hughes is slightly overrated.
Oh, I don't think you can say that after this year.
I don't think
he's good, but
Who
I think he's
him to?
I just mean he's been surrounded by a good system. I'd like to see him.
Yeah, but his plays.
Hang on. Munster's been out half the year. Pappy's been out half the year. Melbourne are first because of Jerome Hughes.
Yeah.
I think it's. I hear what you're saying, but no, I think
he's just not a complete player like Nathan Cleary.
Yeah.
You're comparing.
Cleary's got that clutch.
Like
he can just make something happen.
If your life is depending on a clutch player coming in and doing something for you, we're all going Nathan Cleary over Jerome Hughes. But Jerome Hughes, you can't. it's like he sums up. He typifies Melbourne, doesn't he? Like he's just consistent.
Yeah.
He does have a few errors in his game though.
Yeah.
He can get a bit flustered, but I think he's a quality player.
This will be a brutal game.
Yeah. I don't know who to cheer for because I think I might be cheering for Storm this weekend.
I'm cheering for Storm, tipping Penrith.
Yeah. I think that's how.
I don't like either
Melbourne.
team.
I'm cheering
so-
Penrith and I'm tipping Penrith, and I told my son he can play anywhere around
House is on
team,
Penrith.
bar Storm or the Broncos.
Yeah.
What about if he gets like a
So-
massive contract offered by the Broncos? What is he doing?
Finding a new dad.
I almost just spat my drink.
All
All
right.
right. Next game, 6
He
p.m.
hates
Manly
it just as much as I
versus
do.
New Zealand Warriors. Are they New
Mate,
Zealand Warriors?
I
or
would have
Auckland
tipped the Warriors.
New Zealand,
No, the whole of New Zealand. But
just
if
the
Manly
top.
win this and they win this well,
I'll go Manly.
4 points. They've been playing well there all year. Warriors can't kick goals.
Turbo
True.
Louis Hemi.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Oh.
Yeah, because
He's actually been playing pretty good footy.
No, I like Turbo. He's in his Supercoach team, so that's
Yeah.
why I
All
said
right.
that.
I'm having
Yeah,
a win.
Manly for the win.
Yep.
Second game, Roosters versus Eels. This could be an absolute blowout, or it could be a massive upset.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'll
I'd
tip the Roosters,
I'd
but
love to see Para
I know.
win here, but I think the Roosters will get them comfortably.
I think the Roosters can scramble
Or
and they can defend.
I think the
Jay.
Eagles played too well last week to come out again.
will we see the Roosters get up to about 30-0 and then fall asleep and Para score 5 late tries? Because that's
Possibly.
what's been happening with the Roosters.
I
They've been
know.
getting up to big leads, and then
yeah.
that's the one thing you want to get ironed out of your game before finals. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, what you do, about 2 hours before the game, you have a nap, so you don't fall asleep during the game.
Ah.
That's where they've been going wrong.
God.
Game's best thinker.
Jed's
Tell you what,
advice: have a nap.
That
Yeah.
Roosters forward pack should destroy them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roosters.
Although Campbell Gillard is a good player, he's been playing good.
He is a good player. He's not
Yeah.
letting you.
Yeah, I love the
Yeah.
way Spencer just.
I love.
I love the way.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
then the game of the round with big consequences. Doggies v Dolphins.
All right,
Right.
Bulldogs versus the Dragons at Bundy.
And the Dragons are the Dolphins.
Sorry.
Start again.
Hold on, let me have a sip.
Oh, you had one job, Jed.
Go listen to that, Agnes, alright?
All right, go Jed.
All right.
I love your work, Jed.
All right, Bulldogs.
I'm leaving this in too, by the way.
The outtakes.
All right, Bulldogs versus Dolphins at Bundy. Who are we tipping, boys?
We are tipping the Dogs.
Yes, I will be tipping the Dogs as well.
Yeah, I think the Dogs can do it.
I'll go Dolphins.
Both teams
Ooh.
have got everything to play for.
Yeah.
So obviously, Dogs need to keep winning. They want to try and get in the top 4. Dolphins need to win to stay in the top 8.
That is true.
Dolphins generally don't travel the best.
Have
Bulldogs.
they had a game outside of Brisbane yet?
Barely.
Yeah. I don't think they've won any outside
Barely.
of Brisbane. So yeah, Bulldogs. I'm thinking.
Yep, Bulldogs for the win.
Doggies brew.
All right.
Is Crichton going to be back, or is he out injured this week?
No, he's back. He's playing.
His
Oh, how's his
is on.
nose?
Oh,
Is
he's
he
got sore
alright?
nose. My nose.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Might
All
have to have a
right,
week.
Cowboys versus Raiders. Look,
Cowboys at home again.
We played
Jeez.
6 of our first 9 away from home, thank you very much. We're reaping the rewards of that now, thank you. And we lose at home.
Yeah, that's true.
We played so well.
Oh, this could be
Kid-
either or.
Can someone tell me who to tip?
I don't know. I genuinely.
Raiders.
I'll tip Cowboys, but
Well,
Well-
Cows are favourites.
Here's what I'll do for all of you. I'll tip the Raiders. Sorry, I'll tip the Cowboys. Every time I haven't tipped the Raiders, they've won. So I'll tip the Cowboys. You guys
Yeah.
tip the Raiders.
Wait, so does that mean the Cows should win then? Because you've tipped them?
No, that means the Raiders.
No,
win.
we'll tip the Raiders.
No, it doesn't work like that. I said every time I haven't tipped the Raiders, they win.
Well, then don't tip at all.
Just missed this week. And then you'll get the away game
Help a
anyway.
brother out, man.
Yeah,
I will. Well, actually, for those who don't know, in my tipping comps, I always tip against the Cowboys because it's a win-win situation. And if the Cowboys lose, I win the tip. If the Cowboys win, I lose the tip, but my team wins. So my head says Raiders, but my heart, I will still be sitting on the couch going, come on, boys, let's do it.
I always tip the Sharks because I'm a real supporter.
But,
Yeah.
so you'd rather lose your tipping comp?
And then tip against the Sharks? Absolutely.
Cronulla. Yeah, Raiders for the win.
Yep.
All right, West Tigers versus the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Look, I'm not watching this.
Saturday
I'm just
night
putting it out
game.
there.
This
I'm
could
going
be
to bed.
What a
It's going to be a good game at Campbelltown.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your bedtime, by the way?
Sorry?
What's your bedtime?
7:30.
Oh, 7:30, eh?
Decided.
I'd rather watch.
I think Tigers are up for a win.
I'd rather watch Burke's Backyard than this. Is that still on?
No, I don't think so.
that hasn't been on for about
Actually,
20
I
years.
think
Yeah, has it
He's in
been?
jail.
How old are you? Actually, I think he might be.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Forgot that very
We're
well.
not sponsored by Burke's Backyard.
Please do not search our phones.
I'll go the bunnies.
Oh,
West
I don't know.
I'll go
I'm
bunnies.
thinking West Tigers are due for a win.
It'll be. You know what the scoreline will be? 64-47. Probably.
Look, Caesar's out. They can't make a tackle. Rabbitohs.
Yeah.
Yep, Rabbits for the win. All right, Dragons versus Titans. Look.
Dragons, I think.
Yeah, I think Dragons.
I don't know.
I
I'll go
always
Titans.
tip the Doggons.
Titans could win it, and they could win it convincingly, but I think the Dragons will want it more.
I'll go the
The
Titans.
Dragons.
But do you reckon that Desi will have them fired up and they'll be
Oh,
very...
absolutely.
Desi had him fired up last week, and look what happened.
No, they had 2 wins, so he probably wasn't.
Desi's never not fired up.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I
he's
think-
always sneakily underdoggy. A bit like
Yeah.
you. You always manage to get on the underdog. I should have. I was worried. Yeah.
Me?
Hmm.
How do I do that?
I don't know. I don't know how you do it.
It's a
Always the
Queenslander thing.
underdog.
We love
yeah.
to be the underdog.
Always the, I don't know, I shouldn't have made it, and then bang.
That's
Yeah.
us. That's
Right.
Queenslanders.
Dragons for the win.
Titans. I'll go Titans.
Yeah, go the Titans.
Not at the gong.
All right.
Not at the gong.
Last game, Newcastle always get a Sunday afternoon game. Sharks versus
Yeah, right.
Knights.
Sharks v Knights.
Points Bet Stadium.
For some reason, we're the favourites again. I don't know how we work this out.
Because you're playing the Knights. That's how you're the favourites.
Well,
And
I
yet-
don't know. We played the Titans last week and we weren't.
That's true.
This could be a cracker of a game. If that Knights side from last week shows up, it could be a really good game.
I'm going to go the Knights.
Fletcher Sharp might be on Stone Street. The Sharks' new winger, so that's be really entertaining.
Stone Street did really well in the week.
Yeah, he did really well.
Yeah.
Our forward back should be too much for the
I
Knights.
think the Sharks will be too good.
Um,
if they show up like they did
Mind
against
you,
the Titans.
Gagai and Frizzell were amazing
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
Oh, Frizzell was awesome.
Did he get that try, or was it disallowed?
No, he got it.
He got
He
it.
got
yeah.
Frizzell.
Yeah,
Frizzell got
yeah,
the try.
Frizzell's
Yeah.
try. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think
This will be a good
you
game.
going for, Jace?
I think this will be a
I'm
good
just
game.
going for the Sharks.
All right, Broncos deserve that.
Do
Well
they-
earned bye.
Will they win against?
They need that bye, and can I say they need to look after Reece Walsh.
He puts mayo and everything though.
But he brings it on himself.
I'm not a fan, but I don't think he brings it on himself. I think he gets hit hard and often, and I think
Did
they
you see the
need
Titans
to
game?
look after
Brian
him.
Kelly comes in and just like,
Yeah, I know.
oh, and he goes down. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I mean. He brings
I
it on
know, but he
himself.
still gets. I know.
He does get
he gets
smashed.
hit.
I'm not a Broncos fan.
He's a target.
And I'm not a Queensland fan. and I'm not
100% he does.
I'm
I'm
not
agreeing.
a Reece Walsh fan, but I'm saying
I agree.
if that was my team, I'd be looking to look after him a little bit better. I think their players probably need to do something to stop him getting smashed so much.
I think his style of play needs to change. To be honest.
Yeah,
He's trying to do everything by himself.
Yeah, well, that's a problem for the Broncos as a whole. You
Yeah,
can't
because
have-
last year, like, they worked together as a team and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and he could just like pop up in those moments.
Now it's
he
given to Reece.
he was
to be
looking
the-
absolutely shot, and then he came off injured.
Yeah.
And I was like, they need to, even before that one, they need to give him a break.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah, well, that's the round.
it.
you won't
that's
hear
the
me say that
round.
again.
That's it for this week.
Yep.
Who are you?
All right, so we would appreciate if you got this far. You should subscribe. You obviously enjoyed something, so subscribe, That's a hard word to say, isn't it?
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
No, it's not. All right. Give it a like. Get it on there
Share.
and share it out there. Give it to your mates. They want to have a laugh. They'll enjoy it. And that's
Play it in
all
the
from
car
us.
where you're driving to work.
Yeah, play it in the car.
Outside, yeah.
Play it in your backyard.
Wherever.
Play it any old hour.
Yeah.
Matter of fact.
That didn't work, did it? Anyway, have a
anyway.
good life, eh?
All
See you
right,
guys.
See you next time.
Hooroo.